In this program, we're going to make our robot move in a square formation, forming a box. So I'm going to use a function to do this because a square is something that we might want to use quite often. If you're getting your robot to make a dance, for example, you might want it to move in a square, then do something else, and then move in a square again. So if you have a function called move square, then every time you want the robot to move in the square, you just call up that function, and you only have to program it once. So if you go down, and I'm just going to click on the advanced there. If you click on advanced and go down, you'll notice you've got a functions menu. If you click on functions, it says make function. I can click on make function, and then I click in the little white box here, and I name that function. So I'm going to call it move square. Okay. And so I'm going to create a function called move square. I'm going to get the robot to do all of that. And then when I press button A, I'm going to call up move square. In other words, when you press button A, it goes and looks for the move square function, does whatever's in the function, and performs it. So it's just a more elegant way of doing this, and it means I can repeat this move square. Whenever I need to make a square, I just need to do the coding once, and then I call it up in my program. So it's a better way of doing it. So if I want the Gigglebot, for example, I could drive forward for so many seconds. Then I need if it's driven forward, I need it to turn to 90 degrees. So do I have something? There we go. Turn to the right. I could make it go to the left. And then if you think about it, it just duplicates this. It drives forward again, then it turns right again, then it drives forward again, then it turns, what happened there? It is, then it drives right. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then one final driving forward. And you could have a turn right just so it's facing in another direction. So if you think about it, it goes forward, turns right, forward, turns right, forward, turns right, forward, turns right, forward, and it's back because it's moved 1, 2, 3, the 4 sides of a square. Well, I could do that, or I could use my loops, and I could repeat for 4 times, driving forward and turning right. And then I would be moving forward, forming the 4 sides of a square 4 times. So that's a better way of doing it. So by using functions and by using things like repeat 4 times, you'll notice that you can shorten the code that you need extensively. Well, let's take that bit out. What about an AlphaBot? Well, an AlphaBot, you can make it go forward for a certain number of seconds. And let's look in the menu. Do we have any turning facility? Well, you can turn right for so many seconds. Now you'll have to play with this. I would reckon that this is quite short. For 2 seconds at a certain speed to get that 90 degrees, you would have to play with that. This is obviously a more difficult way of doing it. But the principle is the same, going forward and turning right to form the 90-degree angle. You repeat that 4 times, and then when you wanted to make a square, you just say, make a square. Nice little program. Bit hard to actually calibrate and get the robot to make a perfect square. A lot of students end up with octagonals and all kinds of things. It's about playing with the speeds and the seconds. So you need to test it on your robot continually.